students, welcome to my channel Learning History Made Easy. In today's video, we will be continuing with the political science video. Today's video is about features of civil services. So in the last video, we have explained about the civil services in our country. And in this video, as a continuation to that, we will be explaining the features of civil services. Before going into the video, if anyone is seeing the channel for the first time or if you have not subscribed to my channel, please do subscribe and share it with your friends. And also don't forget to click the bell button to receive notifications whenever I upload new videos. So without wasting time, let us go to the video. So as I said, today's video is about features of civil services. Okay. So in the last video, we studied what is civil service in detail. Now let us see what are its features. The first one is professional body. Professional body. Okay. So what do you mean by professional body? Civil service consists of a professional body of officials. So if you consider civil service, it consists of a professional body of officials. There is a professional body of officials, and these officials are a permanent, and they are paid as well as skilled. Okay, so there is a professional body of officials who are permanent, paid and skilled. That is the first feature, if you see, of civil service. The second feature of civil service, we can see the second feature is hierarchy. Second feature is hierarchy. As per the scalar system, each civil servant has to obey his immediate superior. So there is always a hierarchy of power. So each civil servant has to obey his immediate superior. Where high-ranking administrative officer with discretionary power supervises their subordinates. So it is always like that. As per the scalar system, each civil servant has to obey his immediate superior. And the high-ranking administrative officer with discretionary power. This high-ranking officer will have his own discretionary power. He has the rights to supervise his subordinates. Okay, so that is the second feature, that is hierarchy of power. So the first one, it is a professional body which is permanent, which is paid and which is skilled. And the second point, there is a hierarchy of power, that is each civil servant has to obey his immediate superior, and the high ranking officer has a discretionary power to supervise his subordinate. Now let us move on to the third feature, that is political neutrality. Political neutrality. A civil servant, if you see a civil servant, refrain from political activities. He or she should refrain from political activities. They perform their duties without being aligned to any kind of political regime. So they always perform their duty being neutral. Okay, they don't align to any kind of political regime. They always remain neutral in that area, that is in political activity. The fourth feature is anonymity. The civil servants work behind the screen. If you always see, they are behind the screen. The civil servants mostly work behind the screen, and they work for the government, but they remain behind the screen. So that is another feature, if you see, of civil service. Political neutrality and anonymity. That are the next two features. Now the fifth feature, if we see, is impartiality. impartiality. See, as we said, neutrality, they remain neutral to any political groups. They are also impartial. They have to apply the law of the state while performing the duty. Okay, they have to apply the law of the state when they are performing their duty, and they cannot show any favor. There is no favor or no bias or no preference to any group or section of society. That means, in simple words, they have to be impartial. Okay, they have to apply the law of the state while performing their duty, and they cannot show any favor, any bias, or any preference to any group or section of society. They have to perform their duty with impartiality. That is the fifth point feature of civil service. Now the sixth point is service motto. Okay, sixth point, service motto. Okay, they have to work for the welfare of society. A civil servant has to always work for the welfare of a society, and they must be humble and service minded. Humble and service minded. So their motto should be serving the society, service minded. They should be having the humbleness when they work towards the public. They should not be authoritative. They should work for the service of the society. So that is the sixth point. Now the seventh point is permanent. Permanent. Civil servants are called permanent executives. Okay, civil servants are called as permanent executives. They discharge their duties till they attain the age of superannuation, that is, till they attain the age of retirement. Okay, till that time they have to do their duty. So civil servants are called as permanent executive. They discharge their duties till they attain the age of superannuation, that is, till they attain their retirement. Now the eighth point regarding civil service is jurisdiction of law. Okay, eighth point is jurisdiction of law. Every civil servant have to function within the prescribed jurisdiction of law. Prescribed jurisdiction of law. So wherever they are appointed, every civil servant have to function within their prescribed jurisdiction of law. That is how they are. Ninth one is special training. Special training. The seventh feature is special training. So regarding a civil servant, once the candidates are selected for civil service, we all know they are selected for top civil services, they are deputed to some training. Okay, they will have to undergo some training to acquire special skills in administration. So once, if you think a candidate is selected for top civil services, then they are deputed to in-service training. In-service training to acquire. Why do they have this in-service training? They have to acquire certain special skills in administration. For that purpose, they go for in-service training. So there is some academies which give this training. One academy is Lal Bahadur Shastri Academy of Administration. Lal Bahadur Shastri Academy of Administration, that is in Mussoorie. and this is for training IAS officers. Lal Bahadur Shastri Academy of Administration in Mussoorie is for training IAS officers. So that is one special training academy. Now there is one more training academy which is for IPS officers, that is Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel Police Academy. Okay, Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel Vallabhbhai Patel Police Academy. Police Academy. This academy is in Hyderabad. Hyderabad, that is for IPS officers. Okay, so Lal Bahadur Shastri Academy of Administration in Mussoorie is for training IAS officers, and Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel Academy in Hyderabad is for training IPS officers. So these all are the special features of civil services. So let us just go through these points once more. Features of civil service. Professional body. Civil service consists of a professional body of officials who are permanent, paid and skilled. Hierarchy. As per the scalar system, each civil servant has to obey his immediate superior, where high-ranking administrative officer with discretionary power supervises their subordinate. Political neutrality. Civil servants refrain always from political activities. They perform their duties without being aligned to any kind of political regime. Anonymity. Civil servants work behind the screen and remain anonymous even though they work for the government. Impartiality. The civil servants have to apply the law of the state while performing the duties without showing any favor, bias, or preference to any groups or sections of society. Service motto. They have to work for the welfare of the society and must be humble and service minded towards the public and not authoritative. Permanent. Civil servants are called the permanent executive. They discharge duties till they attain the age of superannuation. Jurisdiction of law. Every civil servant has to function within the prescribed jurisdiction of law. Special training. Once the candidates are selected for top civil services, they are deputed to in-service training to acquire special skills in administration. Example, Lal Bahadur Shastri Academy of Administration in Mussoorie for training IAS officers, and Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel Police Academy in Hyderabad for training IPS officers. So now let us go to the next topic. The next topic is about All India services. Okay. Next topic is about All India services. The intention of having All India services was mainly to ensure uniformly high standard of administration in all states. The first point was it was for uniform or high standard administration in all states. In all states, in key activities, in all the major or key activities, there should be unified high standard administration, and to provide for interchange of experience between states and center. Okay, it is also for interchange of experience between states and center. States and center. So all India services, the intention of having all India services was mainly to ensure two things. One is to ensure uniformly high standard of administration in all states in key activities, and to provide for interchange of experience between states and center. So this was started, or this was made in the Administrative Reform Commission, 1969. Okay, that is All India services. Now regarding All India services, let us see which article of the Constitution provides for the creation of All India services. So regarding All India services, if we see Part 14, Part 14 and Article 312 of the Constitution of India provides for the creation of all India services for union and states. Provide for the creation of all India services for the union and states. So part 14, Article 312 of the Constitution of India provides for the creation of all India services for union and states. The All India services plays a prominent role in civil service. The candidates to the services are recruited on All India basis. So this All India service has a very important role in civil service. Okay, why? Because the candidates for a civil service, candidates of the services are recruited on All India basis. All India basis, and they can be posted both at the center and the state. Their posting can be both at the center or state. So candidates for civil services, they are recruited on all India basis, and they can be posted both at center also as well as the states. Presently, India has 3 all India services. So let us see. Currently, India has 3 all India services. So currently, India has 3 all India services. Which are they? One is Indian Administrative Services, that is IAS. Second one, Indian Police Services, that is IPS. And third one, Indian Forest Services, that is IFS. So there are 3 all India services currently in India: IAS, IPS and IFS, that is Indian Administrative Services, Indian Police Services and Indian Forest Services. The services of these officers could be used both at the center and state. Okay, like we told before, they can be used both by the center as well as the state government. In 1951, the Parliament created Indian Civil Services Act. Okay, so in 1951, I'll just write the point here. Okay, in 1951, the Parliament created Indian Civil Services Act, empowering the union government in consultation with the state government. So this act empowered union government in consultation with the state government, and it provided for the regulation of services of persons appointed to all India services. Okay, it empowered the union government in consultation with the state government, and the act provided for the regulation of services of persons appointed to all India services. That is, if necessary, okay, in national interest, Parliament by law provide for the creation of create one more all India service. Okay, Parliament has the right to create another all India service if necessary, or if it is for national interest, by law it can be done. So these are the basic idea about all India services, 3 all India services: IAS, IPS and IFS. Now let us just go through these points once more. All India services. The intention of having All India services was mainly to ensure uniformly high standards of administration in all states in key activities, to provide for interchange of experience between the states and the center. And that is Administrative Reform Commission 1969. All India Services. Part 14, Article 312 of the Constitution of India provides for the creation of All India Services for the Union and States. The All India Service play the most prominent role in civil service. The candidates to the services are recruited on All India basis and can be posted both at the center and in the state. Presently, India has three All India services: Indian Administrative Service IAS, Indian Police Service IPS, and Indian Forest Service IFS. The services of these officers could be used both by the center and state government. In 1951, the Parliament created the Indian Civil Services Act, empowering the Union government in consultation with the state governments. The Act provided for the regulation of services of persons appointed to the All India services. If necessary, in the national interest, Parliament may by law provide for the creation of one or more All India services. So now let us see some question and answers. Expand IAS, Indian Administrative Services. Expand IPS, Indian Police Services. Which article provide for All India Services? Part 14, Article 312 of the Constitution of India provide for the creation of All India Services. Give an example for All India Services. Indian Administrative Service IAS. Where is Lal Bahadur Shastri Academy of Administration? It is at Mussoorie. Where is Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel Police Academy? Hyderabad. What is meant by civil service? The term civil service refers to the permanent executive. It can be defined as a general body of officials serving under heads of various departments and known collectively as the civil service. Mention any two features of civil services: hierarchy, political neutrality, impartiality. Any two you can write. What is political neutrality? Civil servants refrain always from political activities and perform their duties without being aligned to any kind of political regime. What is hierarchy in civil service? As per the scalar system, each civil servant has to obey his immediate superior, where high-ranking administrative officer with discretionary powers supervises their subordinates. What is anonymity in civil service? Civil servants work behind the screen and remain anonymous even though they work for the government. What is All India Services? The All India Services play the most prominent role in civil service. The candidates to these services are recruited on All India basis and can be posted both at the center and in the state. Discuss the features of civil service. The answer is explained in the video. 9 points are there that you have to write. Write a note on All India Services. All the points are there in the video. So I hope you have understood all these points very clearly. In case of any doubts, you can ask in the comment section. And also, don't forget to like, share and subscribe to my channel. Your likes and shares will be of a great encouragement for me to make more and more videos. So I hope to see you all soon in the coming video. Thank you for watching.